A great skill that you can have in Google Sheets is to be able to stack different lists together into one single list and have it automatically update based off of whatever happens on those individual lists. And it's even better if you can customize it. Let me show you how to do this. So for example, we have 2 different employees, and this is a list of every single person that they need to contact. And whenever they contact them, they'll mark it as done. Same thing on list 2. Whenever it's contacted, they'll mark it as done. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a VSTACK formula to stack those together. So I'm going to type equals VSTACK, open parentheses. And what this does is it will stack the first range you put on top of the next range you put, on top of the next range you put, and so forth. So I'm going to select A2 all the way through the end of column D. Reason why I'm not just selecting the data right here is because if anything else gets added, I also want to include that. I'll put a comma, and now we need the second list. So I'll select row 2 all the way through the end of column D. Reason why I'm not selecting row 1 is because I do not want to include the headers. And now once I press return, we have the first list, and it may look like we only have the first list, but if you go all the way down, you can see the second list right here. Now, why do we have a bunch of empty rows? And what can we do about it? And that's because we selected the entire first column, and that includes all of the empty rows. So the reason why we want that, though, is because we can put test, for example, and it will automatically be included in the list. If we were only to select the data that's currently there, if I were to add different rows, it wouldn't be included. So this is where the magic happens. We're going to wrap this in a query formula, put a comma, and I'm going to put quote, select star, and star just means all. So I'm selecting all of the columns that are in this range, where call 1. Call 1 is just short for column 1, and that's just wherever the employee is not null. And that just means that it's not blank. So when I press enter, now you'll see everything for employee 1 stacked on top of employee 2. So it's omitting all the blanks. But if I were to put another one here, so let's say employee 1, test, we'll just leave it at that for now. It will automatically be added just like normal. Now what if we wanted to make it where all the dones are up top, and then it sorts by the employee after that? Let's go ahead and delete this test, but we can edit the formula. So we're simply going to say after is not null, order by, and then since we want to sort by the status first, that's in column 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So order by call 4, and then we want to sort by the employee after that. So we're going to say comma call 1. So once I press enter, now we have all the done tasks up top. Then after that, we see all the pending tasks for employee 1 and then employee 2. And this is based off of the name. So if I had employee 3, for example, even though employee 3 doesn't technically exist, you'll see employee 3 flagged right there at the bottom because that's in chronological order ascending to employee 2. If you wanted it descending, all you have to do is say DESC for descending. And now you'll see everything that's done. Then employee 3, employee 2, employee 1. Then the last thing you need to do just to make sure everything is good is to put comma 0 to make sure that nothing gets missed. Most of the time it's fine to proceed without that, but all that's saying is that this data range does not have a header. If you were to put comma 1, then it's going to treat whatever that first row is as the header as a fixed value, and it's going to ignore all the rows. So that's why it's acting like that. So we'll say comma 0, and everything's good. So now as the employee goes through and marks everything as done, it will update automatically right here, so you can see what exactly is left. And just like the employees, if you wanted to see the status in descending order instead, after call 4, you could put DESC, and now you have the pendings, and then everything that's done underneath it. And it's as simple as that. But what's cool about query is it's essentially acting like SQL. So let's say that we actually don't care about the email. We just want to see the employee, the name that's still pending, and the status. Instead of selecting everything with this asterisk or a star, we could say we want to see column 1, column 2, and column 4. And this is based off of where the column is located on this list itself. So now I'm only going to return column 1, 2, and 4. And when I press enter, let's go ahead and delete the email column. So now you can see exactly what we had before, but it's only the view that you care about. So now you can create different pivot tables. You can do more queries if you want to, but that's a great way to stack multiple lists into one single master list and edit it to how you want it to look. Let me know if you have any questions and like and comment for more.